And welcome back to Sunday Square Off and our midterm election preview. In case you didn't know it, there is a Phoenix mayor's race on the ballot, a special election after Greg Stanton resigned to run for Congress. The field, former city council members Kate Gallego and Daniel Valenzuela, former school board member and marketing business owner Moses Sanchez, and Nicholas Sarwark. He's a National Libertarian Party official and executive in his family business. There is no public polling on this race. Chris, you've been on top of it. How does it break down?
I think Kate Gallego is rolling right now, and I think the Danny Valenzuela campaign is not in good shape. I predict that Gallego wins by at least 15 points over Danny Valenzuela. But you got to get 50% or there's a runoff in the primary. And because, as you just stated, there's 4 candidates running, it's really tough for anybody to get 50%. But keep an eye on Gallego. She's going to come pretty close to that. She'll be in the high 40s.
And full disclosure, you're a Gallego supporter.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so
yeah.
Take that.
But I've seen internal polling, and Gallego is just is rolling right now, and Valenzuela just sits around 30%, which is deadly. Even if there's a runoff, I think Gallego is going to be in great shape.
Interesting. We take it with a grain of salt. We'll have to see how that plays out. Lori, as a Scottsdalean, you are agnostic on this?
I'm not agnostic. I don't really. I guess.
I mean, you write about Phoenix all the time.
Well, sure I do, but I think it's maybe time to have a woman at the helm in Phoenix. It's been, what, since the 1970s with Margaret Hance? I think that women have done well this year in the primaries. I believe women are going to do well this week. And I think Kate Gallego will do very well, whether she gets to that 50% mark or not.
All right, let's go to the state legislature. And I should add, the runoff would be in March if there is a runoff.
By the way, I'm going to interrupt you because I know we don't have time for all the races, but I think Kathy Hoffman, a Democrat, can win the superintendent's race. And I didn't think I'd ever be able to say this a few weeks ago, but I think Sandra Kennedy, another Democrat, is going to win a seat on the Corporation Commission.
And the Republican candidates are Justin Olson, Rodney Glassman.
Yeah, I think Glassman, because of so much money, he is going to maybe pick off the second seat. But I really think that blue trend is going to be not just Katie Hobbs, it's going to be Hoffman, and it's going to be Kennedy as well.
Of course, it helps that APS didn't spend $2 million to oppose her as it did in 2014.
Yeah, APS spending its money elsewhere.
Yes.
This election cycle, lots of it. Let's go to the legislature. The state Senate is kind of up for grabs. There are 4 seats that Republicans are fighting for. If Democrats get 2, there's a tie in the state Senate.
That's correct. I think that the seats to watch there would be, I don't know the numbers, 28 is Senator Kate Brophy-McGee.
LD 28.
Senator Sylvia Allen's seat is one to watch. The seat that J.D. Mesnard is hoping to win against Steve
Weichert, I think it is. Yeah.
And the 4th one that's interesting to watch is not a Democrat, but Kathy Connect, independent, up in the Northwest Valley for Lesko's old seat, which I believe is now held by Senator Rick Gray.
Correct.
So if she would win that one, it would be interesting to see who she would caucus with.
There's no doubt. She would be with the Democrats.
Right.
Yeah, that's for sure. There's no Democrat on the ballot, and that's not just a coincidence.
Look at LD 28. There's a ton of money being spent there right now, more than $500,000, which you don't see in legislative races. Kate Brophy-McGee against Christine Porter-Marsh,
right.
Former Teacher of the Year. Any sense of how close that is?
Hasn't been a lot of polling, but my sense from talking to people in the district is that Senator Brophy-McGee will pull that race out. She fits the demographics of that district very well. Moderate Republican, voted for teachers before it was cool to vote for teachers and raises and the like, opposed the voucher bill. I think that she'll do well.
A strong blue wave would let the Democrats sweep that district, the 2 House seats, as Lieberman and Kelly Butler, as well as Marsh. But I agree with you. Kate Brophy-McGee, I don't think the district's going to dump on her. I really don't. I think she'll hang on. Wade Carlisle against Sylvia Allen in District 6 for the Senate race is interesting to watch as well.
All right, got to end it there. Lori Roberts, Chris Hurston, thanks so much for joining us. And no matter who you are voting for, 12 News is your source for complete live coverage on election night. You'll be able to watch us live here on 12 News, 12news.com, and on our Facebook page. We'll be going live all night, 6 until the bitter end. That's our show for this week. Thanks very much to all of our guests, and thank you so much for joining us. See you back here Tuesday night and again next weekend for another round of Sunday Square Off.